Alright guys, welcome back. Uh I guess let's just get into it. So what did we do last time? I think last time, let me just pull up my editor. Alright. Alright, let's see. I think last time we got to scraping everything. And we're pretty much really close. And we just need to format it into a JSON if I remember. So yeah, this is what we did last time. Let me organize this. I can do this. Technically, anyway, let's not worry about that. So yeah, last time we were able to scrape all these data, and now what we want to do is we want to format them into a JSON file. So basically, we need to finish this function because this is going to need to return a JSON. And yeah, we were working on typing these. So let's get to typing this stuff. Right. So let's take a look at what we need to type. So let's start with drops, right? So drops, it is a dictionary of a dictionary. So that's going to be a little bit difficult, isn't it? So this is going to be something like this. Um, okay. And what we're going to have is a drop is going to have a drop chance and a quantity. So drop chance. And a quantity, so which is also, I believe, a string. It's not going to look like this. It's going to look like quantity since, let me just rewrite this to show you guys. Since it's probably easier to implement something like this, though it's harder for the user to parse this. But, you know, whatever. And basically what we're going to have is, I want to like a generic typing and not something like this. How do I do that? So let's take a look. Oh, actually, isn't it just dict? We can just do something like, let's go to typing. We can do, this is a regular dictionary. So we can do this. And if I remember, it's going to be a string and it returns a drop or something like that, right? So let's just take a look if that's actually right. Because I need to remember how that looks. String. So which one is the return type and which one is not? Which one's value, which one's key? I assume it's like this. No idea, to be honest. Doesn't say what's the return type, which one's key or value. But I assume this is correct if my memory serves me right, so we're just gonna go along with it. And it's going to be like this. Yeah. But look, should be right. Actually, let's just check just to make in case. We can do something like this. So drop is equal to yeah, equal to something like this. I don't know, like a horn, and it's going to have drop chance. Okay, it looks like it's 100% working. Oh, is drop chance a string, or is that an integer, or it floats? I think right now it is returning a string. Let's just take a look. Yeah, it's a string right now. Let's just keep it a string for now, and we can worry about it later. And if I do this correctly, yeah. Type dig drop has to mix. Oh, what we actually wanted was this. And there we go. Okay, that satisfies it. So this is the correct typing. So we were right. There we go. Let's look at what we need next. Stat. So how does that actually look like? We are going to have stats, and it's going to be a bunch of different things, right? We have HP, which we will keep. Should we use? I think everything should be lowercase. Yes. And let's take a look at all the stats that we can get. So, where's that website that we were going to? This. So, let's take a look at all the stats. So we have. Let's. All right, so I have HP. Well, let's just go in order so I can keep track of these. So size, which looks like is a string. Rarity, which is an integer. Hit points, integer. Yeah. Melee. Damage. Okay, so yeah, that should be right. So one thing what we're going to have to do here is we might want to return some of these as an integer, because right now they are not, they probably are strings. Yeah, that's what it looks like right now. They are 100% strings, and that is fine, I guess. So, I'm trying to think, right? Because right now there's no way for me to know whether these are a string or a. Okay, these are all numbers except for size, right? So that means we should be fine here. We just have to convert everything. So let's do this. Get stats. We want to convert everything if it's a string. So let me search up how to do that. So Python check if is string is number. Okay, there is a numeric. Oh, hold up. It seems like I am getting a delivery here, so I'll be right back. All right. Sorry about that. I am back. So let's see. All we have to do is check if it's numeric. So we can just do if text is numeric. And we actually want to do this. If it's numeric, we turn it into an integer. I guess. I don't think any of these values are float, are they? They could be floats. Not 100% sure. Let's go check some other stats to see if they ever have. Okay, yeah, so they can be floats. So if that's the case, we're gonna make it a float. Otherwise, we'll just keep it the same. Yeah, that looks pretty weird. That should work, I assume. Now we can just say that these are. Wait, technically this is an integer, not a float. But, you know, I don't really care. You never know. Maybe rarity could be a float, but that is just not 100% the best idea. Wish there's a way to auto cast them into these numbers, right? But for now, we will do it like this. So string rarity integer. I don't know if HP could be a float or not, so we're just gonna make it float. Same with stamina. Whoops. Because these technically could be floats. Support. This is a weird number. I don't think we'll ever need this, but it would be faster if I just type them out manually instead of copying and pasting. Wait. Oh, are these even writable? That makes no sense, to be honest. Because there's no way half of these things are writable. I guess they are somehow writable. That's pretty weird. Well, let's just keep them for now. Right, sprint speed. Anyway. There we go. So now we have this typed, this is typed, this is typed, and this is typed. And that looks pretty clean. So we just want to say, we want to create this, right? We want the result, we want the PAL. So data is equal to its data is going to be equal to PAL. I really don't want to call this PAL, maybe like PAL data. I'll just keep it for now. Where did I put this? Okay. So this is going to equal to a dictionary. And I wish there was a way to just lay out all this for me, but I guess it doesn't have a way to do that, PyCharm. Because that would be pretty awesome if you could. Yeah, there's no way for it to autofill or autocomplete all of this. Unfortunate. All right, I'll just do this manually. So, yeah, let's just start with everything. ID. Wait, no, let's be like this. Let's take a look. We have a PAL, which yeah, it's gonna be like this. So start with name actually. PAL name, that's pretty cool. We have entry, types, stat. That's where it should be. With suitability. Partner skills, skill name. Let's take a look. Okay, so that does not look right. Partner skill is supposed to be another dictionary. Don't know why it's not yelling at me, but the description. There we go. Stat. Why is stats a list of floats? What did I do here? This is all you check, guys. Oh, okay. I see why it's really bad. Let me remove this for now. I want to see. I forgot what this actually returns. So let me get rid of this. This returns a list of something. I can't remember what this does. So we're gonna have to see. Um, we want to see stats because I don't actually know what this is printing out to be. We do want. And it does not look to be happy. It's pretty slow right now. All right, so we got. I see. We got a list of strings. And we need to parse this into. Okay. So stats is completely wrong here. Should it even be? No, it shouldn't even. Yeah, it should be a dictionary. And the way I'm doing it is not a dictionary. So we're gonna have to change how we do this. So let's get rid of this. And we want to turn this into a for loop this time. So let's do this. We're gonna empty for loop. For S and S, text is what element. it should say it's a string into text. And we want to use regular expression again. So what we want to do is, I want to copy this. And we want to do something like this. Go to regex 101. Before that, though, we need to go back to, let me hide all of this because I don't need to see any of this. Regular expression dot search, and we want to search a pattern. It's gonna be raw, and then we're just passing a string, which will be the text that we pass in, and this will give you a match, which is going to be a type. Is it okay? So we can do the match dot group. So now let's create our regular expression here. So okay, we want something like this. Oh no, what am I doing? One group, and it needs to be anything except for a colon, right? And then what we want, the colon, and then possibly a white space. We're gonna make this questionable, and we want whatever we want at the end. There we go, and this should technically work for everything. So if I just copy and I paste this in, it looks like it's working. So this is our regular expression. And it's our pattern. And we are going to do stats dot we want and match dot group 1 and match dot group 2. That should work. But we don't really 100% know, so we're gonna have to test this out. Let's test this out. Hopefully it works. It looks like it's working. So let me see if that's what it was supposed to be. Oh no. But there's actually one thing that we're missing here. Right. All right. Let's see. So we need to convert this into a dictionary and not a list. So that should be pretty easy actually. So instead of doing this, we can just do group equals match dot group 2, and now it should actually work. And I think that should be fine. Let's just see our returns. Okay. Okay, so work suitability, that needs to change. That needs to be a dictionary. Yeah, okay, so that needs to be the exact same thing. We need to see what it's printing out right now. But first, let's see if this change worked. Oh, look at that. It's working pretty much how I expected it to be. But now I need to convert these into float or strings. So we're gonna have to do that right now. Let's see, let's get back to, okay. So we need to convert this. Or float if match dot group dot is numeric, else match dot group. There we go. So now if we test this one more time, okay, now we have floats and we have strings. Pretty cool. So now what we need to do is we need to work on work suitability, because this does not seem to be right. Also, what is this? Image. Let's see. I actually want to change this to image instead of that. And let's take a look at this. Expect this string, but got, okay. So this payload can return none, which is not what we want. So how do I do this? Because this is possible to return none. If it returns none, we can just convert it to a string, can we not? Yeah, we can convert none to string. So this way it will always be a string. And now, okay, this is working. Look at drops. So drop should be a dictionary. I keep messing this up because no idea, but this should be a dictionary. Because we look at drops, right? Yeah, it looks like this. So yeah, what we want is this, and instead of this, we want to do this. And should in theory solve that typing problem. And now we only have work suitability left, which I need to check what that is printing right now. All right, let's take a look. This is pretty slow, but luckily we have to do this one time. Ooh, that's not good. I think I know what the problem is. This looks pretty stupid. This should be this, and now it should be fine. Let's test that again. All right. I see. So this is our raw data. Okay, so we need to parse this somehow. Is this a raw string? I don't think that's a raw string. I think that's just new line. Okay, let's do this. Let's go to our regular expressions. Wait, I wonder if it's... I think that is really a new line. Like this is not an actual new line. There's no way. The only way I can find out is if I just chose the first one. So if I did this, if it prints like /n, then that's an actual string and not the new line character. Yeah, looks like that's how it's working right now. So that's not really that good. Okay. How do we want to parse this? We want level, but if it doesn't have level, that is another problem, right? So let's try this. We want... What we want right now is anything. We pretty much just want anything except for space. So like this. Anything except for... Oh no, anything except for a new line is what we actually want. So let's do this slash. You want anything and then one /n. And we want level. And then this could be any number. And we want to wrap this around. So now we have this. We only have... That should work. Because we want everything else to be 0 if they don't exist. Okay, that should work. There is no match, don't worry about it. There is a match. Do this. So what we actually want is, we don't need a question mark in here. All right, now we got that. Let's go back to here. And what we want to do is, instead of doing this, we want to initialize this. To pretty much all zeros. And work suitability, I think work suitability is all numbers. So yeah, these are all integers. Wait, why is there building and building? So that's not right. That does not look right. Let me get rid of that. Handiwork. What in the world? Okay, okay. I need to get rid of IntelliSense and PyCharm because that is annoying. Not IntelliSense, but the AI part that's generating. It is pretty annoying. What the hell? Okay. So we want to initialize all this to 0. Dang, this is kind of a pain. But once we got all that done, everything else should work. Is that 8? Okay, that's all it. Okay. Now all you have to do is for s in result dot in result, right? S dot what element? Oh boy. What? The AI stuff is really bad. Text equals this. Then we want to do match equals regular expression. And what we want to do here, actually want this, and pass in our text. Then we want to check if match exists. If match, then we want to do work suitabilities and match dot group 1. Want this to equals to match dot group 2. And for some reason, okay. So it does not like the fact that, you know, it has to be one of these. So we're actually just gonna make it optional so that error does not come up. But then that would be terrible as well. But I want to guarantee that this is, in fact, one of these things. Okay. So I guess what we need to do is dot lower. And that should make it lowercase. In theory, this should work. I don't like the fact that saying that needs to be this, because it is technically this, right? But I have no way to guarantee this on this typing, which is a pain. I could. There's no way. I don't think I can force it to look like that. Not much I can do here. So, let's make this optional. No, I don't want to make it optional. This typing thing is really bugging me though. But I think we're just gonna have to let this go for now. And we're just gonna have to see if it works or not. Okay, so that didn't work because it should be this. And now let's try again. It did not work, which is a problem. Because I have no idea why did that not work. It could be because of this, but let's find out if that is the case. Okay, so that was the case. There's one way to guarantee that this is in there. If this and abilities, so this should guarantee that to work. That did not. That's kind of sad. That does not want to do what I want it to do. This looks absolute horrendous, but yeah, whatever. Wow, that doesn't even tell you to do anything. Can't believe I didn't do it. guess we're just gonna stick with this squiggly line, but it's whatever, right? Okay, so let's go back up and see. It looks like this should all be working. So let's just print this as a dictionary, right? And it should give me all my data that I want. Take a look. Wow, look at that. It is working almost like how I want it to look. But I think that there is a small problem. So let's go back, right? It says Ignis, but is that his actual name or is that half the name, right? Because that doesn't look like the full name. It's Liesbonk Ignis. This name is not. Yeah, so this isn't its full name, which means that our naming is wrong. So check out what did I do from here? Okay, so what I'm seeing is this is not doing what I wanted to do. Let's take a look again. Oh, I see. This has to be full-blown everything. So what we want to do is we just want to see everything, right? Let's do everything. In fact, just do everything except no. I think this is what we have to do. And if we do that, maybe that will work. Maybe. Let's take a look again. Yeah, look at that. So let's make sure that everything is correct. Everything's looking fine. Yeah, that is what I'm looking for. Oh, this is not integer. So we need to change that to integer. So let's do that right now. Integer, baby. And we probably should have it checked here too. If match is numeric match dot group 2. So let's run that again. Okay, so now everything is looking correct. Drop chance. We could do drop chance to be an integer or a float. So let's do that as well. let's convert that to a float. While that's happening, we also want to change the typing to be a float. And same thing with quantity, right? Quantity doesn't. No, quantity is just string because of how we set it up. Yeah, there you go. So now we have this scraped, and we want to print this out as a JSON. And how will we do that, right? It's pretty easy, actually. Well, at least I'm hoping that it's pretty easy. So we have a list of all the pals, right? And we have all this. So what we want to do is we want to install TQDM so we can check the progress of our for loop. This is optional, but it just makes life easier because this is going to take a long time. So let's upgrade our pip while I'm at it. There we go. So now what we want to do is we just want to do this. But one more thing we need to do is we want to lowercase everything. Let's whatever. So what we want to do is one for loop for pal and yeah, for pal and list of pals. And list of pals should be pals. For pals and pals. First, we want to lowercase all the pal. And then we want to replace it too. So we want to do pal, right, dot lowercase, dot, and we want to do replace. We'll replace all of the space to be a dash. And then what we want to do, now we want to do is we also want a JSON, right? So we want the pal JSON. Pals, we're gonna call it pals data or dictionary. And what we want to do now is we want to do pal so we want to do pals dictionary, and we want to say the number. So what we want to do is I want items, right? Because that is going to give us both the keys and value, if I'm correct. Yeah, so let pal and ID. And I want to say the ID equal to pal. Equal to pal scraper dot scrape pal. This should be the pal URL name, so endpoint. So this should be an endpoint. And then what we want to do, so we want to make a real PalDoc. This should be called, I want to rename this to now we want to import JSON. Because we want to export this as a JSON. So just import JSON. So if we get this and we're done with that, JSON.dump. Let me just Google this. Convert dictionary to JSON. Because you want to export this into a JSON. That's what we're trying to do, right? So it is dump. I want to dump this. And so JSON.dump PalDic. I want the file name to be pals.json. And oh, it looks like it wants a file pointer. So with how do I'll be honest, I don't remember how to open this as a file. But with open, that's what it was. With open pals.json, w as out file, and out file. Want to json.dump. And just for time's sake, we will break up the first one to make sure that it's working like intended. And let's take a look at what it does. It finished. Let's look at this. Kind of reformat this entire thing because this is not looking good. How do I reformat? I remember there's a reformat code. There we go. So look at that. We now have a JSON that has the ID, the name, types, work suitabilities. Though this does look pretty weird for Rarity, because Rarity is it should not be a float. I will not lie. We can easily fix that actually. Let's go back to scraper. And we want to do this. Get back to stat. Right, and all we have to do here is do this. Stat. We want and okay, we need to type this into we want rarity, if I remember. And that's just giving me rarity. But we are going to convert this to an integer because we don't want this to look stupid. If we run this one more time, it should dump. So yeah, this is gonna take a long time, depending on how many entries we have. Something's wrong over here. Key error rarity. Okay, something is wrong over here. Okay, so we do have a small problem here. If we look at this, this is completely wrong because it needs to be in lowercase, and we need to replace everything with underscore. So dot lower and dot replace space with underscore. So if we do this again, hopefully it does not mess that up, and let's try that again. Let's see if there's any other errors. The only other error that could be possible is probably from this, but otherwise it looks pretty fine. Yeah, that looks pretty weird. So there's one more thing that we're looking at, which is these two. All right, let's see. Yeah, for some reason, this is looking like this, which is kind of bad because I have no way to separate these into underscores, which is sad. Let's see, how do we want this to work? To be honest, it doesn't really matter because I can just regular expression this entire thing once I'm done with it. But that could also take 20 years to do, so maybe that's not a good idea. We could just map these two energy receipt damage capture rate into something completely different, into the underscores, right? But that's gonna look really, really weird. But it's gonna be a terrible solution, but it will still work at the very least. So here's what we want to do. I'm gonna say key is equal to this. And then we want to say if key is key is equal to this. This is the terrible solution, but we want to do something. And then else if key is equal to this. We're gonna replace it with something. Keys equal to. Just give it a custom name. Capture rate correct. Okay, now we can put this in. So this time, if we do this, it should not have this really terrible looking thing. So what did I do this as? A little refactor. Yes, now it's correct. But let's also check if our typing is correct too. Stats. So yeah, the typing is like this, so that's correct. So now let's check out how long this is going to take. What we want to do is use TQDM. And this is going to tell us our progress in our for loop. So now let's do everything, and hopefully this will work. It's 137 pals. Let's check out how many pals there are in total. Pals. Yeah, 138 apparently. So I'm somehow missing one of them, which I don't know where that you can find that, but yeah, the 137. Okay, so that's a lie. There's 137 pals. Yeah, so this is going to take a while. It looks like it's taking 7.7 seconds, so 8 seconds, right, per iteration. But we do this 7.7 seconds on 137. Wait, isn't this telling me that's going to take 16 minutes? Yeah, so that's roughly what it's saying. It's going to take us 16 minutes. Well, I don't know if I should leave the stream on or if I should just do this off screen. You know what? I'm just gonna kill some time anyway, so I'm just gonna leave this on stream and hopefully there's no errors or bugs. It's only, what, 18, 17 minutes? But once this is done, we're gonna have our data and we should be good to go. So I'm just gonna run this, and yeah, I'm gonna do something else while this is running. Oof. Somehow there's a bug. Oh, that's gotta suck. So, no idea, but somewhere in here, and somewhere in sub.got entry, I don't know what it was testing though. So I don't know how I would even replicate this. But we do know that it is in self.get entry. So let's take a look at self.get entry, right? Entry. Somehow we're not finding this, which is kind of sad. How do I do this? Because this is not giving me the right result. Somehow, some way. We could create a web element if else and once the parent and I have no parents, dude. I can't default this into something. This test fails, exception. Alright, so I'm not 100% sure what I should do here. But if length result is 0, we return nothing, right? No entry found. Let's try that. And what this time we're gonna do is iteratively. Right. So this time, if it fails, we want to know why it failed or where it failed. So we want to print so exception except this is not a good idea, but I mean, who cares, right? Wait, except, how do you spell except? There we go. As I want to print the, I want to print pal. Whatever pal that existed. Even though if it's undefined, I don't really care. And then we want to print, yeah. And this time I'm gonna do this. With it open, we want everything to be in it. And what I want to do is if I want to enumerate this technically. How do you enumerate a TQDM? Would you even enumerate TQDM? Not sure, but I think we can do something like this. And if I, let's do every 10 or 5. Let's do every 5. You want to do and JSON. Oh, you want to do JSON dump. And also my JSON dot dump if it accepts. So now let's try it one more time. This time we don't want to lose all that progress because, yeah. It's gonna take a while, but that's whatever. Yeah, so let me leave this on and let it do its thing. And hopefully it'll be done by the time I get back. So let me leave this on for a bit and I'll be right back with all of y'all. Got it? Got it. All right then, be back in like 10 to 20 minutes. Oof. Something went wrong here. That is not good. So let's see how far it actually got to. And see why it crashed. What does this say? Not enough values to unpack. Expected to, but got one. I'm not 100% sure why some of this is happening like this. Not enough values to unpack. That means that there was not enough items to unpack. Huh. Okay, let's take a look. What I assume it means is that we didn't get this exact result, meaning that we didn't get a list of an array, or we didn't get an array of what we wanted. And instead, we got something else. And whatever that something else is, isn't particularly good. I don't know what's going on over here, but we do know it crashed at Hongyu. So we want to see what is going on with Hongyu over here. And just to see, yeah, I want to see what's going on with Hongyu. So let's go over here. Let's check this out. Because that doesn't make any sense, right? Let's go to Hongyu. Let's try scraping Hongyu. So if we do this, we do tile scraper dot want Hongyu. Let's print this out. 2. Let's see if that crashes or not. And I probably should have got rid of this as well. What does that say? Yeah, there we go. So let's print out what this is giving us, because that doesn't make sense to me. Let's not deal with this. It's from partner skills, so it's right here. Let's print out what our web element is exactly. Well, it seems what we're getting. Let's just find out. Let's run this again. Flying trapezy. So somehow I'm only getting flying trapezy. There is no description. So this site has some problems. Okay, now I know why that is crashing. There is no description. So if that is the case, right, what do I do here? So what we want is, I'm guessing something similar happened to the other one too. But for now, what we want to do is we want to do this, right? I want to say, uh, partner skill. So we were getting skill name, skill description. What we want to do is I want to make sure that we always return something. Right. That's our goal. So if let's say that's results, right? This is gonna give us a result. Oh, let's not call it result. Let's call it what do we call this? API call response. Let's call it response. Probably a terrible name, honestly, but that's whatever. So this is supposed to give us an array of 2 items. If response has less than length of the length of response, right, is less than 2, we will return just the response 0. Otherwise, we return response. We want to return response this and then this. That way we always have two things going on. And we stopped at, okay, something is very wrong here. Not 100% sure what the error is here. Alright, to be honest, I have no idea. Something is going on here. Oh, okay. It's concatenating, which we don't actually want to concatenate, right? Yeah, that was really weird. But it's still not correct. As there is somehow still a problem. Oh, I see what's going on. It's not working as I expected. So I don't want this to append, that's the problem. I do not know why this is going on like this, but let's just find. I just have to redo this. Since what's happening is I'm appending like this every single time. I thought this was gonna overwrite the file every single time, but it's not actually doing that. It's just appending onto it, so it's causing that problem. So we don't want that. We don't want that to happen, you know. So what we want to do is, instead of doing it like this, we want to do it like this. That way, it's not going to care. Yeah, at the end, we'll dump it out. Yeah, pretty much every time we open, we want to close it. Yeah, this looks pretty weird, so that's not right. So yeah. But we can't run this again right now. So wait, let's at least see if that fixed the Hangbu error. So let us do this and let's figure that out. Let's see if that stops the error. Yeah, so that fixed it, but there's no entry found. Wait, there's no entry found on this dude? Ooh, Hangul has no entry. Okay, so let's, instead of putting no entry found, let's just do no entry. And just do empty, leave it empty. Just return nothing. There we go. Okay. So we're running out of time today, so I'm just gonna have to stop here. Next time, I hope to actually finish this and get our data in our JSON format without all these errors.